mobility sessions. If this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna get right into it. Our first 10 minutes is gonna be a little bit more movement flowy, and the second half of this will be a little bit more static, held positions for a little bit more time. So, first things first, we're gonna hop up into a lizard position. Again, we're not gonna be hanging out in these positions too long. So, with that, make sure you are moving right from the get-go, right? You see me rotating my hips around a little bit, squeeze my butt. I'm gonna take one arm up to the ceiling, same side leg, reach back, rotate, take the other arm up, bring that hand back down to the floor. We're gonna switch legs. Same idea, I'm gonna wiggle myself around into those hips a little bit. Arm up to the ceiling, same side, as the legs back. Switch sides, hand back, foot back. Let's pop it up into a downward dog. Right back down into a little bit of that classic starette capsule stretch, right? So what I'm gonna do is kind of sit back into this hip. Again, I'm trying to sink my weight down through this side. I kind of feel it as if my femur was gonna come shooting out this way. As I do that, I'm rotating into it. You could be down on your elbows here as well. So hopefully everyone is in position, has been in position for a little bit here, because we're going to be moving right on in a second. All right, so now switch the sides. Again, settle into that hip again. Move it around, shift your weight, see where you're stiff, sink back a little further. All right, coming around. Now, half straddle. Lots of movement. You can start on the hands, you can be on your elbows, but lots of forward and back movement. Walking over, other side. This foot's flat, straight. Remember, we're squeezing the quad, down the elbows, up on the hands, your choice, a little bit of both. Again, we're looking for movement. Look around, reach your arms around, see what the more challenging positions for you are. Switching again, flipping over to your back. Hip ups, hip raises. Take yourself through a set of 10. Five more here. Back up, flip over, bird dog hold, 20 seconds per side. Pushing up through the shoulder, or flexing my quad to keep that knee straight in the back. Make sure this weight's balanced out pretty good between this hand and knee. About 10 more seconds. Bringing it down, switching it over. Same thing, about 10 more seconds. Down it comes, up we go. We're gonna do that hand-assisted, moving, kind of Cossack squat, lateral lunge type position. Use your hands to support yourself as you walk yourself across. Again, if you're very upright like this, that's okay too. If it looks something more like this, keep pushing those knees back, squeeze the quad to get that stretch through there. But again, movement, keep moving. You guys that can sit down nice and low like this, make sure we're pulling that toe up, make sure this heel stays down. All right, now again, back to the floor, the dead bug. So let's get into that tuck type position like this. Bring the hands over the shoulders, flex those ankles, you have a little bit of space here. And then 20 alternating. 2 more for me. All right, right back to that hip raise. Let's pop off 10 more. Two more. All right, pop it up again. Cat cow. So get into that quadruped position. We're gonna go for that big tuck. Right, round the back, tuck your pelvis, pull your shoulder blades apart. Reverse it, come up to the other side, and back. 4 more. Two more. All right, now come down to that 90-90 hip position here with the bent knees, right? So use your hands, rotate across, drop this knee to the floor, drop this knee to the floor, right? Once you're there, search around a little bit, see where you're tight, and we're gonna move it again. Rotate back to the other side. Again, you can reach out with the arms here, see where you're tight, and then again, rotate it back. If you can get nice and upright, go through just a few rotations like this. If you do without hands, let's do without hands. All right, now, keeping it moving, we're gonna go back to the lizard, or we're gonna go for a foot grab. Quick 20 seconds here per side. Squeeze your butt. If you wanna drop to an elbow, you can drop to an elbow, or stay up on that hand. That's good there, dropping it back down, switching it over. Same idea, go for the foot. Again, if you want to drop to the elbow, you can hang down here on the elbow. It's only about 15 more seconds from here. Breathe. All right, getting rid of that. Coming back up. So start on all fours, picking the chest up, legs together, squeeze your butt, drop your hips, lift your chest. I'm gonna look up at the ceiling, big inhale, exhale. Now I'm gonna rock it back, child's. Good, big inhale there, 1 breath. Back forward again, 1 more time here. Looking up, tuck that resistance, and go right back to the child's pose. And now forward into more of a classic pigeon. If you need to prop yourself up here with a pillow or ball, go ahead and grab one real quick. Again, use your arms, support yourself, keep moving, nothing too passive here, not yet. Walk the upper body around, switch your legs. Same idea, keep moving around. Up we come again, half front split. You know, the active portion here is gonna be these quad pulses. Keep pulling the toe back actively like this. Keep pulsing that quad, squeezing the quad in the front leg. Probably about 10 to 15 reps overall here. I'm gonna do 5 more. Switching sides. Same idea, flex the ankle, flexing my quad, squeezing my quad actively. Think of like quad sets, right? Pushing the back of my knee towards the floor. Next up, standing straddle. This one again, I'm gonna move just a little bit. Go forward with your hands, go back with your hands, touch that resistance, come back forward. Again, I like to think of the straddles like this, the standing one, specifically kind of like a plank at times where, again, I'm gonna hold it for time, usually squeeze my abs, get real stable through my core. Again, keep moving around, reach out with those arms, bring it back in now, back down to the floor. Gonna go into a little bit of a seated saddle position, right? So I'm sitting back here on my feet. I'll walk my hands back like this. Again, see how far I can go. Okay, we're not gonna hang out there very long. That's it. Right back forward again. Back down into the child's pose. Settle back into the cobra. Rotate around a little bit. Back through child's pose. And okay, that's gonna conclude our more, sped up version, our more flowy-ish version of just trying to touch a few pieces. And now we're gonna go into some more static holds. Again, just getting into a position and holding it for a longer duration of time and not really trying to move very much. The big thing we're gonna be doing here is focusing on our breath more than anything else. So, feet together, right, in this butterfly, or I don't know if they call it bound angle or something weird like that. What we're gonna do, hang out here for just a little bit of time. What I like to end up doing here is when my fingers or hands are down here by my feet, I make sure I pull that chin in, pack my neck. And then for me, where I feel this the most, I get a big stretch through my traps, through my upper back, sometimes a little bit between the shoulder blades. I feel a little bit action going on here, which you would expect for most people. Some of the other things you can do here, push down on the legs like this. Again, not too aggressively, we're trying to be passive at this point. But again, we're gonna be here for another 30 seconds. All right, next, a little bit more of the same. Cross shin, right? I'm gonna go left in front of right, because you do have two sides that you do with this, in case you always sit the same position if and when you sit on the floor like this. First, gonna get nice and upright. I'm gonna use my arms to support myself to go out as far as I can, which you're gonna see is not very far. And then we're just gonna keep trying to breathe into the position. So as I inhale, hold it for a second, and I exhale, and on the exhale is when you try to go a little bit further, a little bit deeper. You probably got about 45 more seconds from now, so just hang out in this position, and then when we switch, we'll just be switching around the legs. Almost there. All right, so now slowly, use your hands. Let's walk it back to the top. Let's switch the leg position around, right in front of left. Again, starting tall, using the arms, walk it out. 1 minute here, let's hang. Breathe into the position. About 20 more seconds. All right, so again, I'm gonna use my hands to bring myself back. I'm gonna straighten out this way, and now go for more of a classic seated forward fold. So, legs out in front. I'm gonna flex the ankles to start, get my chest up nice and tall. Now, as I start to come forward from now, I'm gonna just kind of forget about my feet for the moment. I'm not just gonna completely let them go passive, but I'm not gonna be real forcefully pulling them back for now, right? The legs are straight, walking out with my hands, take it as far as I'm gonna go. I can get my fingers underneath my feet, so I'm gonna hold on here, pull those ankles back, squeeze my quads, and then inhale, and just keep trying to relax into a further position. I'll do a little gentle pulling here on my feet, but I'm really not trying to crank myself up. If I pull real hard, right, I can get myself much further down, right? Really force the position, but I don't want to do that. I want to breathe, let the relaxation happen, stimulate my nervous system more. Let the breath do the work. I'm going to go about 30 more seconds. Alright, so now let's use those hands to slowly pull ourselves back up to the top. So now that we've been all the way that way, let's flip it back. We've been through a couple cobras already, but we're going to do another one. A little shorter in time. I'm not going to do the minute we've been doing on these past couple. We'll just do 30 seconds here. So again, squeezing my butt, lifting my chest, let the breath do the work from here. Got about 15 more seconds. So for a classic, good measure, let's lightly pass through a child's pose real quick. Right, sit it back to the heels. Shake it around a little bit because the next thing we're going to do is go right back down to the chest. I'm a little short in arm range of motion on this side, so let's just pretend that that arm is straight. We're going to do the scorpion. It's going to be about 30 seconds on each side. Take your time. Don't go as far as you can on the first little go here, right? So let the action happen over the time. If your foot gets to the floor, great. If not, it can just hang. If you're stressing out, come on out of this. You can go ahead and get into another lizard hold. About 15 more seconds. Slowly start to drag that leg back. Let your hips rotate over to the floor. And then we're switching sides. I just gotta shift over a little bit so I got some room. Leading with the big toe and bringing that leg over the top. Oh no, I ran into the wall. Let me move over a little more. All right, over the top I go. 30 seconds. Breathing into the position. Let the, let gravity in the position do the work. Let the air do the work. It's about 15 more seconds. Again, we'll drag that foot back over the top. Let the hips rotate over. The hands are gonna come in. We're gonna pop up. Go back into a little child's pose again one more time. We'll hang here a little bit longer on this one. that is it for this mobility session. Please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, come back for another one. See you next time.